Number 4, glow-in-the-dark
Oh, shit.
keychain.
You can already do this. It's called lighter, like that fucking fluorescent fluid. You don't need to harvest jellyfish shit. We can make this already. It's also called a light. You can just have a light on your ship.
Danny, how you doing, man? I thought today would be great to catch up with you and do this CRISPR thing, and now there's a tornado warning and there's lightning outside. So, so if you hear like some thunder, just uh, the street, like I might just cut out randomly and not be able to come back, and I might be dead, or the roof might be gone from my house. So, I've been a a science student myself, and I know that you're a math major,
I hate you.
but I know that you have a passion for biology, so I thought that you would be a good person to bring on for this weekly show that I've totally done research for, and I didn't just throw together in about 5 minutes. So, so I know for like what CRISPR is, but go ahead and tell the beautiful people at home what you know about CRISPR.
It's a very specific way to what do you call it? To castrate the DNA and do a little snip.
That's about more than I know, to be honest.
That's like the basic fucking thing. It goes snip, and then we can got a nice little specific thing.
CRISPR, it's kind of like Jurassic Park, where they're like, they want to make a dinosaur, and they just put together different types of animal DNA until they get the desired effect that they want. So I wanted to show you, after doing some pretty thorough research, 5 animals that we can create with CRISPR that we haven't taken the steps to create yet because we're cowards. So number 1 is dragons.
And how did you make that?
I'm glad you asked, Danny.
Oh fuck.
So, as you see with most poultry and livestock, there's the big gene that you push the CRISPR button and it makes things big.
Okay,
So
what is big gene?
that's what I'm saying, is it makes chickens go from scrawny little pigeons to like beefy Thanksgiving boys.
Which gene is it?
The big one.
Which
So they
one?
pushed the big one, Danny.
What's the name of the gene?
Okay, look, I know you're a math
What's
student and you're not
chromosomal
familiar with
division in the
DNA, so I'm trying to simplify it for you. So first, step 1 is you get the big gene. Step 2 is you get bat DNA and you get the wings, the wing gene. And then after you get the 2 genes, you crisp it all. And then that's how we can get dragons in our lifetime. And I suggest starting small with like a gecko or like a iguana, but I think we could push the limits and go even bigger with it, and eventually we can do like full-on Komodo dragons.
Would you like to give me remote access to draw? Or not remote access, co-host? I think I can draw if I'm co.
While you do that, I'm gonna eat my bowl of Apple Jacks.
Fucking, it's it's like the most in character thing that you just have fucking cereal
Dude, I am so glad my camera can't like show up my desk. It's a fucking mess right now.
there. Yeah, mine too.
I have like leftovers from lunch. I have like a package that I need to ship, and I put it on my desk so I wouldn't forget. It's been here for like 3 days. Did you figure it out?
I can't draw.
Oh. So, alright, then I'll just move on. We can figure it out later. So I had a 4th idea, which there's an animal called the bombardier beetle, which like shoots acid basically. It's acid or boiling water. But we could get that gene as well, and we could use that to make dragons like spit acid. But it's optional because it could possibly end the world.
Why are you assuming this is just one gene that does this?
Well, okay, if it's 2, then just they can get on it.
Bruh, it's probably like
So
50.
number 2.
It's like,
So the second,
it's not
this,
more.
the second possibility is we can make a Dino Chicken. What we do is, and they're already doing this, is
Yeah, I was about to say this is a more realistic one you have.
you just reverse engineer a chicken, and then once
you got a
again,
little thought typo right there.
that's not a typo, and then you isolate the big gene again,
I hate you. Can you like not like?
What? It's science, Danny. That's how you get from a chicken-sized T-Rex
All
to a
right.
T-Rex-sized chicken.
Let's see if you're truly a scientist. How do you pronounce this word? How do you pronounce that?
Homogeneous.
Motherfucker, no. Scientists say homogeneous.
No,
Fuck
they don't.
you. Yeah, we do.
You guys are wrong.
You
I
are a
speak
fraud
English,
in
not
that lab
Latin.
coat. You are a fraud.
So, what do you think about the Chickenosaurus?
Out of all of yours, it makes the most sense, mostly because you probably heard it from the news and was like, "Aight, let's fucking copy paste this shit."
I don't appreciate your lack of faith, Danny.
My lack of faith,
Yeah.
or like my understanding of you.
Number 3.
What the fuck is
Mosquitoes that only bite each other.
Excuse me, but that bottom one is not biting it another mosquito.
I know, but the other two, they has to give blood somehow.
All you're doing is making one really strong one on the bottom followed by two other ones.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that, because here's my pitch.
What the fuck
Um,
is this?
So what you do is you get the big gene, but this time you make it small, so you make even smaller mosquitoes. And then the second step is you make the mosquitoes territorial towards each other, towards competing mosquitoes. And then step 3 is you just let them fight.
Why would you want to make them smaller? Then they can get to your house easier.
But
Did you ever consider that?
no, but
Yeah.
but there would be enough of them eating each other that the overall mosquito population would go down.
Okay. How are you gonna make them fight?
I'm glad you asked, because what scientists have done already is make mosquitoes non-fertile, so they release like
Yeah, I heard about that.
bad mosquitoes into the wild, and then like they all die because they can't make babies, which is
But how are you
hilarious.
gonna make these fight?
There's mosquitoes that evolved in the like I think the New York subway or the London subway,
Yeah,
where
Subway
like
makes sense.
where they make like they became more aggressive towards humans because they spent all their time like in this underground tunnel and all they have is humans, so they became more aggressive. So what I'm suggesting is we breed those mosquitoes and we target the angry at human gene, and we put in like a little like we just type in mosquito, overwrite the word human, release those back into the wild, and next thing you know,
Command
mosquitoes are
F,
extinct.
human, and then enter mosquito replace all. All right. Well, okay. I'm not saying my version is viable, but I think a different possibility is to just use evolution with it against itself. Is
Mhm.
to somehow try and create some scenario in which mosquitoes will have an evolutionary advantage in order to fight each other, and then only breed the ones that fight each other the most, and then you might be able to have something like that.
But can you do that with CRISPR?
You don't need CRISPR.
I want this whole video is
There's no
about
CRISPR
CRISPR,
on
Danny.
This how. Don't
This
you
is
fucking hit me with you literally did not even put CRISPR on this slide.
yes, I did.
Really? Where?
Number 4, glow in the dark
Oh,
keychain.
You can already do this. It's called lighter, like that fucking fluorescent fluid. You don't need to harvest jellyfish shit. We can make this already. It's also called a light. You can just have a light on your shit. You know a guy named Thomas Edison?
No, I know
Really?
Tesla.
Well, I got so. Oh, okay. I guess that's okay.
So, like, you had a good idea about collecting stem cells from bioluminescent jellyfish,
I
and
didn't
then
say that. Don't you
injecting
fucking
them,
execute that.
injecting the keychain DNA with the jellyfish DNA, and then you crisp it all, and then you have a glow-in-the-dark keychain. Thoughts?
I don't know. I think I'd give it an A- rating.
Okay, I could deal with that. 5 is dragons again.
Again? Is there a different method this time, or did you just copy paste it? Oh.
So I included an essay that I would like to, like, actual scientists that use CRISPR.
I swear to God, if this is an actual paper.
So this is called Please Make Dragons. Number 1, I like them and I think they would be cool, Thank you.
That was a load of trash.
Thank you.
I don't like that you dressed up for this. You're so fucking proud of yourself. You look like you're like, I'm about to do him in right now.
Would you come back to the show? Did you learn a
I
lot?
like the fact that you say show as though this will be an ongoing thing. I fear this.
Are you afraid for what science can achieve?
I'm
Do you
afraid
think-
of what you will try to achieve.
Do you think that science might go too far?
I hope science goes too far. I want my dog-sized spider.
Honestly, I feel like if we propel ourselves into an age of like scientific abominations, life will become more interesting and then life will feel more fulfilling as you survive the animal apocalypse.
I feel like this is gonna be your final message to humanity before you release the abominations.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this button and it's gonna unleash all the CRISPRs that I've made so far.
Why would you call them CRISPRs?
What would you call them?
Abominations. How
But-
about Obama-nations? Obama's nation.
Well, what I could do is I could put Obama's face on the dragon, and then he could be like the mascot.
I think I'll accept that.
And then he could be like, my fellow Americans, and then like spit acid on somebody, and then fly away.
He just like has a fucking stage. He just talks normally and they just fucking spit like the next 5 rows. It's just acid.